Hi there. Hey, Suzanne, can you hear me? Hey, Suzanne, can you hear me talking? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? I can't hear you. Hey, Nadia, can you hear me talking? Out of curiosity. Can anybody hear me talking?
Almost.
Oh,
Okay.
I can hear you now.
I think I pressed a button on my headphones and disconnected the call without realizing it.
Ah,
You
okay.
have to call in from here. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, no, that's good. Now we're in business.
Yeah.
Glad you
Okay.
figured it out.
I know. I was like, what's going on? Says they're connected.
Perfect.
So your internet's going to behave today?
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't have a super strong signal, but I can always go
Yeah.
downstairs closer to the
Yeah.
router if I have to. So, but yeah,
Did you
last
get-
week
did-
it was just like not cooperating at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So,
Anything you guys want to do?
I think your cat's trying to say hello.
I know he is. Okay. Unfortunately, it's like right near where they like to jump up onto a shelf. So
Oh,
yeah,
funny.
but it's the only place I can put it. So okay.
No, whatever. I mean, nothing in particular
Okay.
for me.
Sounds good. Hi.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm late here. So, but I'm ready.
Suzanne, can you hear us still?
What was that?
Oh, I was asking Suzanne. Oh, now I hear you.
I muted myself.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble today. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you muted yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Go ahead and get started. Comfortable seat at the top of your mat. If you need to put a block or a blanket underneath your hips to make it more comfortable, you can do that, or a folded up towel, whatever works, whatever you've got at home. And then if you guys have any questions as we go along or need me to explain anything more, demonstrate anything more, just shout it out, ask questions. It's fine to interrupt. But go ahead and close your eyes and take the backs of your hands to the tops of your knees, or rest one hand on top of the other in your lap. Gently squeeze your low belly back so that space between the two pointy parts of your hip bones. Relax your shoulders. And notice any tension that you may feel, and try to let that go. So notice all the parts of your body that may be touching the ground right now. So your sit bones, could be the tops or the sides of your feet, maybe your thighs. Just notice them contacting the ground. And then notice your breath. So your inhale and your exhale. Don't change anything about it. Don't judge it. Just notice it. Go ahead and pick one part to focus on for the next few moments. So maybe the sensation as it crosses the center of your chest, the sound it makes, or following it all the way down into the bases of your lungs and then up and out on your exhale. So as you sit here focusing on that one part of your breath, thoughts may arise, and that's okay. It's the human mind's job to think. But for now, instead of following those thoughts or creating a storyline around them or judging them, just return your focus to your breath. And if you have to do that over and over and over and over again, that's okay. What's important is that you make that choice to return your focus back to your breath. And go ahead and seal your lips if they aren't already, and start to breathe in and out through your nose. Count your next inhale and match your exhale with the same length and intensity. And try not to pause at the top and the bottom of your breath, but make it more circular. Follow it all the way down as you fill the bases of your lungs, and then up and out as you exhale. So try to keep this even metered, almost rhythmic breath throughout your practice. If you'd like to, you can take your breath a step further by adding the constriction of the back of your throat. If you haven't done this before, it's kind of like making a ha sound, like you're fogging a mirror. So you can open your mouth and make that ha sound to feel what it feels like. And then seal your lips and breathe over that same constriction. So this will heat your breath up, it'll give it some resonance, and it'll draw it out a little bit. And if that becomes overwhelming, just return to your even metered breath. Bring palms together at heart center. Lift the center of your chest, and we'll start with 3 rounds of Om. Bow your head to your hands and set a dedication or an intention for your practice if you'd like. And then roll over your knees and come to a tabletop position. So hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips and hips width distance apart. Spread your fingertips wide, press into your whole hand, gaze just in front of your fingertips. Don't forget to squeeze your low belly gently back. As you inhale, we'll drop your belly, lift your sit bones, chin and chest, gaze up. And exhale, take your spine in the opposite direction. Tailbone tucks, your spine pushes out, up towards the sky, shoulder blades broaden, and let your chin tuck. So inhale, lift your sit bones, chin and chest, your belly drops, gaze up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, spine pushes up towards the sky, shoulder blades broaden across your back, and tuck your chin. So take a couple rounds of cat-cow on your own breath. Going as fast or as slow as you'd like. I guess probably not fast. Maybe just go as slow as you'd like. And try to feel your vertebrae move as you reverse directions. So if you can't feel it, just imagine it. Make your breath even metered and resonant while you're doing this. And then after your next exhale, let's come to a flat back. Keep pressing into your hands, squeezing your low belly and gazing just in front of your fingertips. And as you inhale, send your right leg straight out behind you, parallel to the ground. Drop your right hip so that it's in line with your left. Your knee points towards the floor, so you'll find a little bit of an internal rotation of your right leg. Keep pressing into your hands, gazing in front of your fingertips. Don't forget your low belly. And then exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Everything squeezes in. Inhale, send your leg back parallel. Exhale, knee to nose. Let's do 3 more. 3. Exhale, knee to nose. 2. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one. Send your leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze it in. Hold it. And then send your leg back parallel. Point your toes and start to draw a line with your toes all the way down to the ground as you inhale. And then as you exhale, lift your leg back up to center, parallel to the ground. Don't forget to keep pushing into your hands, squeezing your low belly. Inhale, toes to the ground. Exhale, lift up. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Lift your leg back up to center, drop your hips, squeeze your right glute, and exhale, set your knee back down. Come back to tabletop. Let's go ahead and do the other side. The left leg lifts straight out behind you, parallel to the ground. Again, drop your left hip so that it's in line with your left. Keep pressing into your hands and gazing in front of your just in front of your fingertips. And as you exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Everything squeezes in, round through your upper back, and exhale, or inhale, send your leg back, parallel. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send your leg straight back. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Everything squeezes in. Try to make your knee touch your nose. Press into your hands. And then inhale, send your legs straight back parallel. As you inhale, draw that line, point your toes and draw that line all the way down to the ground. Exhale, lift your leg back up to center. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Lift your leg back parallel. Squeeze your left glute, and then exhale, set your knee back down. Tuck your toes and hover your knees just an inch or 2 off the ground. And breathe for 3, 2, press into your hands, squeeze your low belly. 1, lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet, rock to the knife side edges of your feet. Do all of that, none of that for your first downward facing dog. And then once you're done stretching and playing around, settle down into the posture. Find some stillness. Come back to your breath. Spread your fingertips wide. Press into your whole hand. Gaze between your knees. Let your head and neck relax. Squeeze your low belly. Let your chest fall through your shoulders. Take 2 more breaths here. 2, 1. And then as you inhale, start to walk your feet up to your hands. Let your knees bend as you come up so that your hands can stay planted on the ground. Toe heel your feet together. And then let's roll up to standing 1 vertebrae at a time. Let your head and neck be the last thing to come up. Inhale, sweep both arms up and overhead, palms together, gaze up, tuck your tailbone, press into your feet, press into the balls of your feet actually, and lift up on the arches of your feet. Squeeze your low belly, relax your shoulders. So if you have a hard time relaxing your shoulders with your hands up, try to move your hands just a little bit forward and this should help here. Exhale, sweep your arms out to the side, fold over your legs, point your hands on the floor. You can bend your knees here so that your thighs and your chest touch. Squeeze your low belly back off your thighs. Let your head and neck relax. Inhale, roll up for your half lift. Everything straightens, arms, legs, and back. You're looking for a long, straight spine. all the way from your tailbone to the crown of your head. So make your hands active wherever they are. If they're on your shins, push into your shins and pull the center of your chest through your arms. And if your fingertips, if you can reach the floor and they're there, if you can reach the floor with a straight spine, I should say, then drag your fingertips back to pull the center of your chest through your arms without moving your fingertips. Up even with your eyes. Squeeze your low belly. And as you exhale, plant your palms on the floor, step back to high plank. Gaze just in front of your fingertips, press into your hands, broaden your shoulders, and hollow out your low belly. So this will lift your hips up just a little bit more than you think they should be. And then exhale, lower down halfway. Elbows point behind you. It's always okay to come down to your knees here and lower down, or just lower down all the way. So inhale, push straight up, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Spread your fingertips wide, gaze between your knees, squeeze your low belly, and let's take 2 more breaths. 2, 1. Next inhale, step or hop your feet between your hands, come straight into your half lift. Everything straightens out. Pull the center of your chest through your arms, look up even with your eyes. Exhale, forward fold. Squeeze your low belly back up your thighs, let your head and neck relax. Next inhale, press into your feet, squeeze your low belly, come up, shoulders over hips, sweep your arms up and overhead, palms together, gaze up. Exhale, fold over your legs, squeeze your low belly. Inhale, roll up for your half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back to high plank. Exhale, lower down halfway, chaturanga. It's okay to come down to your knees. Inhale, upward, push up for upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Squeeze your low belly, find your breath. Make it even metered. Take 2 more breaths here. 2, 1. Next inhale, step or hop straight into your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, squeeze your low belly as you come up, shoulders over hips, palms together, gaze up. Let's do 2 more rounds. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll for your half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back, high plank. Exhale, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, push straight up for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath, even it out. Squeeze your low belly. Let your head and neck relax. Gaze just between your knees. 2 breaths here. 2, 1. Next inhale, step or hop straight into your half lift. Look up even with your eyes. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, palms together, gaze up. Last one. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take it back to high plank. Exhale, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. 2, 1. Next inhale, step or hop straight into your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips back, arms reach up and overhead, Utkatasana. Suspend your weight back into your heels a little bit. Take some of the weight off of your toes. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Gently tuck your tailbone. Squeeze your low belly. Feel long through your side bodies. So this is the space between your armpits and your hip bones. And then again here, relax your shoulders. So this might mean taking your hands just a little bit forward to help make that happen. One more breath. And exhale as you fold over your legs. Roll your low belly back off your thighs. Let your head and neck relax. Inhale, roll up for your half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, high plank. Exhale, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, left foot spins flat, right foot steps between your hands. Inhale brings you up. So go ahead and check in with your hip bones here. So you're looking for both pointy parts of your hip bones to face the front of the room. So if you need to, make a little space from left to right between your feet to help this happen. You shouldn't feel any pain in your back knee. If you do, look back at your back knee and make sure that your toes and your knee are pointed in the same direction. Squeeze your low belly and then sweep your arms back up and overhead, palms together. Exhale, fold over your front foot. Step your right foot back, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, right foot spins flat, left foot steps between your hands. Inhale brings you up. So check in again with this side. Might feel a little bit different than the other. So both pointy parts of your hip bones are pointing forward, and squeezing your inner thighs together will help make that happen. Sweep your arms up overhead. Relax your shoulders. Squeeze your low belly. Exhale. Fold over your front foot. Step back to high plank. Lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. Take just one inhale, one even exhale. Next inhale, look between your hands, step or hop, straighten to your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips back, arms reach up, Utkatasana. Do that one more time. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up for your half lift. Exhale, blend your palms, step or hop back, high plank. Lower down halfway. Inhale, push straight up, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. Left foot spins flat, right foot steps between your hands. Let your own inhale bring you up. And then let your own exhale fold you over your leg and step back to high plank. Inhale, push straight up, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Right foot spins flat, left foot steps between your hands. Inhale brings you up. Let your exhale fold you over. Step back. Don't hold your breath. Meant to say, don't hold your breath. If you can't do it in one breath, don't hold it. It's okay to take more than one breath as you lower down and step back. So high plank, exhale, lower down, halfway chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. Find your breath again. Squeeze your low belly. Even your breath out. Slow it back down. Take one inhale, one even exhale. Next inhale, look between your hands, step or hop, straighten to your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips back, arms reach up, Utkatasana. So hold your Utkatasana here. Make sure you're squeezing your low belly. And then exhale, twist to the right. Left upper arm to the outside of your right thigh, palms together in a prayer twist. Send your left hip back a little bit so that it's in line with your right. Squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your low belly, and then press into your palms. Lift the center of your chest towards your thumbs and look to your right. Inhale, arms sweep up and overhead, Utkatasana. Exhale, twist to the left. Left or right upper arm to the outside of your right thigh. This time send your right hip back so that it's in line with your left. So you need to look down at both knees and make sure that they're even, forwards and backwards. You don't want one hip jutting out behind you. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Squeeze your low belly, and then press into your palms and lift the center of your chest towards your thumbs. Look to your left. Inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, roll up for your half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back to high plank. Lower down halfway. Inhale, push straight up for upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Find your breath, even it out, slow it back down. Maybe even make it resonant. And then squeeze your low belly back, that space between your hip bones. Let your head and neck relax. Next, inhale, left foot spins flat, right foot steps between your hands. Let your inhale bring you up, shoulders over hips. And then exhale, open up to the left for warrior two. Back toes turn in towards the center of your body. Keep a bend in your front knee. Your knee should be over your ankles. And then arms reach long like wings. Look down at your right foot and make sure that you can see the inside of your calf and of your foot. And then if you need to, in order to see the inside, press your knee back behind you. And gaze over your front fingertips. Inhale, straighten out both legs. Reach your front arm forward. Hips go back. And then take your hand to your shin. Top arm reaches up and towards the sky. Roll your bottom hip under, your top hip back. So you're looking to be almost like you're sandwiched here between two panes of glass. So you want your hips stacked, your shoulders stacked. Try to reach your bottom ribs up towards the sky. One more breath, relax your top shoulder, and then exhale, fold over your front leg. Step your back foot in just a little bit. Inhale, lift the center of your chest, come up onto your fingertips. Both legs stay straight. Exhale, fold over your front leg. See your back toes, point towards the top left corner of your mat. Squeeze your inner thighs together to square your hips like we did earlier. So both pointy parts, both pointy parts of your hip bones face forward. If your front leg doesn't straighten, it is okay. If it's really tight, it's okay to have a small bend in your front leg. Relax your head and neck. And then keep reaching the center of your chest towards the front of the room. One more breath. And then keep both legs straight and turn to face the left side of the room. So go ahead and toe heel your feet, but a leg's length distance apart. Feet are parallel to the the short edge of your mat. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders and then roll up for your half lift. So your spine stays long, you're pulling the center of your chest through your arms. And then exhale, fold back over your legs. Keep your fingertips pointed forward and then walk your hands back, either to the point where they keep staying flat on the floor or they're in line with your toes. Squeeze your low belly. Rock your weight a little bit forward to take some of the weight off of your heels. It's almost like you could slide a piece of paper just underneath your heels. And then let your head and neck relax. Breathe for 2. 1. Let's sink your hips down to the inside of your left leg here. So your right leg will straighten out. You can always put a block or a blanket underneath your hips if that feels more comfortable for you here. And then start to walk your hands out forward on the inside of your left leg. Try to get your shoulder in front of your thigh here. Stay here for 1 breath. And then sweep your left hand in front of your left knee on a diagonal. And then sweep your right arm up to the sky. Squeeze your low belly. Look up at your right hand. Exhale, sweep your right hand back down to the mat. And then stay low and turn to face the back of your mat. Bend into your front knee. Stand the toes of your back foot. Plant both hands on the mat and then step your left foot back to meet your right to high plank. Let's do some push-ups. So, it's okay to drop down to your knees here. Or you can keep your legs lifted. If you keep your legs lifted here, make sure that you're not dropping down into your low back or sagging down into your shoulders. That's a sign that you probably should be nice to your body and take your knees back down to the ground, because it might feel okay right now, but if you do it over and over again, not keeping a straight back might end up bothering you in the long run. So if your knees are lifted, or if your knees are straight, or if your knees are on the mat, bend into your elbows, send them straight back behind you. Keep your gaze in front of your fingertips. In, drop down to my knees. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push straight back up. Exhale, lower down, elbows point straight behind. Inhale, push straight back up. Let's do 3 more. 3, keep your gaze in front of your fingertips. 2, 1. Drop your knees if they aren't already and come back down to a tabletop position. Press into your left hand. As you inhale, sweep your right arm up to the sky, stack your shoulders, and as you exhale, thread your arm between your left thigh and your left arm. Come down onto your shoulder, your right shoulder. You can walk your left hand towards the front of your mat. So you should feel a stretch in the outside of your right shoulder here. One more breath. And then walk your left hand back underneath your shoulder, press into your left hand, come off of your right shoulder, sweep your right arm up to the sky, stack your shoulder, Exhale, set it back down. Let's do the other side. So press into your right hand, sweep your right arm up to the sky, stack your shoulders, gaze up at your left hand. Exhale, sweep your arm between your right thigh and your arm. Let your head down onto the mat and come down onto your right shoulder. Walk, or left shoulder. I'm getting my sides mixed up already. Let's go ahead and walk your right hand out towards the front of your mat. And find that stretch in the outside of your left shoulder. Squeeze your low belly. Make your breath even metered. Even inhales, even exhales. One more breath. And then walk your right hand back. Press into your right hand, come off of your left shoulder. Sweep your left arm up to the sky. Stack your shoulders one more time. Exhale. Set your hand back down. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, lift your knees, and then lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. This time, right foot spins flat, left foot steps between your hands. Let your inhale bring you up, warrior one. Exhale, open up to the right side, warrior two. Back toes turn in towards the center of your body. Arms reach long like wings. Your front knee is over your ankle. And then press your front knee behind you so that you can see the inside of your right leg, your right calf, and your front calf and your front foot. One more breath. Inhale, straighten out both legs. Reach your front arm over your front leg. Hips kick back, and then take your front hand to your shin. Top arm reaches up and towards the sky. So again, we're trying to stack shoulders, stack hips, like you're sandwiched between two panes of glass without any limbs being compromised. So roll your bottom hip under, top hip back, then try to reach your bottom ribs up to the sky. And instead of arching here into your lower back, squeeze your low belly and find that cat back like we did earlier during cat and cow. So that gentle squeeze of your low belly should take some of the arch out of your back. Exhale, fold over your front leg, step your back foot in a little, about 3/4 of the way, both legs stay straight. Inhale, come up onto your fingertips for your half lift, pull the center of your chest through your arms. Exhale, fold over your front leg. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Try to make both hip bones towards the front of the room. This is the back of the room now. Let your head and neck relax. And wherever you are, squeeze your low belly. And then, I feel like we did this side already. Anybody want to comment?
No, we haven't done this side.
We haven't done this side. Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry. So this time we're going to sink down into our, we're going to sink down into our right leg. Am I on the right side?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. I should not turn myself around on this mat because it just confuses me a little bit here. So sink your hips down to the inside of your right leg. Again, you can always sit a block underneath your hips here or a folded up towel or blanket to make it more comfortable. And then start to walk your hands out in front of you. Try to get your right shoulder in front of your right thigh here. And then walk your right hand out in front of your right knee on a diagonal and sweep your left arm up to the sky. Squeeze your low belly, gaze up at your right hand. One more breath. And then exhale, plant your palm back down, spin back to the front of your mat. And then plant your palms, step your right foot back to meet your left in high plank. And we're doing 5 more push-ups. So either lower down to your knees or stay in your high plank. Wherever you are, squeeze your low belly and don't let your back sag down. So let's do 5. 5, 4, gaze in front of your fingertips. 3, elbows point behind you. 2, 1. If your knees aren't already down, come back to tabletop. Drop them and come back to tabletop. And then start to walk your hands forward out in front of you. Keep your hips over your knees. And then come down onto your, it's okay to start here with your coming down onto your head. So you're finding a big stretch underneath your armpits. And then after you've spent a little bit of your time on just your forehead here, try to bring your chin to the mat. This will intensify the stretch a little bit. Make your breath even. And then start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Come off of them gently. And then tuck your toes, lift your knees up, and lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's jump through to a seat. Rock to the back edge of your sit bones and find Navasana. So you can start with your toes on the mat. This is a great place to stay. If you want to take it further, straighten out. Start to straighten out your legs so that they're parallel to the ground. And if you want to take it further, you can straighten out your legs wherever you are. Do not roll back onto your sit bone here. And don't hold your legs. One more breath. Reach your arms long, parallel to the ground. Broaden through your collarbones. And then exhale, roll down onto your back, keeping your shoulders, head and neck off the ground. Exhale, roll back up to Navasana. It's okay to take your toes down to the mat here because we really want to keep our legs really still. So if they start moving when they're lifted like that, just take them back down. Inhale, roll down, shoulders stay off the mat. Exhale, roll back up. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, roll down. Exhale, roll up. Last one. Inhale, roll down, and stay down on your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Let your low back release. And then rock up and down the length of your spine. Come back up to a seat. Into Navasana. 5, broaden through your collarbones. 4, squeeze your inner thighs together. 2, 1. Let your legs relax and squeeze your knees into your chest here. And then send your right leg straight out in front of you and touch the sole of your foot down on the floor. It's a little bit of It's about even with your knee. Reach your arms long, out in front of you, parallel to the mat, And then as you exhale, lift your legs straight up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift both legs up for Navasana. 5, 4, squeeze your inner thighs together. 3, 2, 1. Hug both knees into your chest. Relax for just a moment. And then send your left leg straight out in front of you. Plant your right foot on the floor. It's about in line with your knee. Reach both arms long out in front of you. Exhale, lift your left leg up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 5 more. 5, 4, broaden through your collarbones. 3, 2, 1. Last Navasana. 5, 4, broaden through your collarbones. 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll over your knees. Plant your palms. Step back to high plank. Exhale, lower down, halfway chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can drop your knees here down to the mat. Stretch out the front of your body. Look to your right. Look to your left. And then retuck your toes and lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. We are running out of time. Okay, so from downward facing dog, let's go ahead and sweep your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose 1 time and then step your foot between your hands. Press through your back heel, squeeze your low belly, and then come up, shoulders over hips, crescent lunge. Arms sweep up and above your head. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze your low belly, and then set your gaze on something that's not moving. And start to stand up into your right leg. Sweep your left leg out in front of you. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then take the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Anywhere above or below your knee, just not on your knee. So we're going to work on our balance just a little bit here. The left knee points out to the side. Bring your hands to heart center. Set your gaze on something that's not moving. And then find some opposition here. So press down and back with your standing leg. And just as much as you're pressing down and back with your standing leg, lift the center of your chest up and away. If you want to take it further, you can reach your arms up like you're growing a tree and spin your elbow creases to the back of the room. If you want to play a little bit more, you can try closing your eyes or looking up. Don't worry about falling. Just get straight back into it. And then if your hands are up, start bringing them back to heart center. And then release your left leg, sweep it out in front of you, give a little lift, and exhale, set it back down. You can shake your hips out a little bit. And then sweep your left leg out in front of you, parallel to the ground. Exhale, cross your ankle over your standing knee. and then stitch your hips back. So you can take your forearms to your shin here, or you can fold all the way over your leg, taking your hands to the mat. So it's not so much about balance here as it is finding a big stretch in the outside of your left thigh. So if you're folded forward, let your head and neck relax. Wherever you are, squeeze your low belly. Even your breath out. And if you're folded forward, inhale as you roll up for your half lift. Exhale, baby bend into your standing leg. Next inhale, squeeze your low belly and press into your foot as you come up. Sweep your left leg out in front of you. Bring your hands to heart center. And then take it in. Let's sweep your left leg out behind you. Make your torso parallel to the ground, your leg parallel to the ground. Come through warrior three. Drop your left hip so that it's in line with your right. So your knee points towards the mat. And then with control, land on the toes of your back foot. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Tuck your tailbone, press through your back heel. And then exhale, fold to the inside of your front leg. Toe heel your front foot out to the right a little bit. And then you can either keep your leg lifted here or come down to your back knee. And then if you've got the space, come down onto your forearms for lizard. So whether your back knee is lifted or straight, you can rock from side to side, front to back, and come onto the knife side edge of your front foot and let your knee open up. So find something that feels good for you here. And then start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then toe heel your front foot over to the left. We're going to come into pigeon. So come down onto the outside of your right leg. So more parallel, your front shin more parallel to your wrists. Or the front of your mat will intensify the stretch. And then if you want to make it more accessible, you can bend your knee back a little bit. Walk your hands back towards the center of your body. Inhale, lift the center of your chest, and then exhale, fold over your front leg. You can stack your fists on top of one another if you need to make a place for your forehead to rest. And then start to walk your hands back towards your body. And then bend into your back leg and reach back and catch your back foot if you can. And then gently pull your heel towards your glute. Should find a good stretch in your left quad, to the top of your left thigh. And then gently release, tuck the toes of your back foot, lift your knee up, press into your hands, and sweep your right arm, your right leg up to the sky. You can make circles with your hip, you can bend and straighten your knee, flip your dog, all of that, none of that. And we'll find downward facing dog again. Then left leg lifts up to the sky. Bring your knee to your nose just one time, and then step your foot between your hands, press through your back heel, squeeze your inner thighs together, and come up, shoulders over hips. Arms sweep up and overhead, palms together, gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Set your gaze on something, not moving. Start to stand up into your front leg. Right leg sweeps out in front of you. And then take the sole of your foot to the inside of your standing leg. Again, above or below the knee, just not on the knee. You don't want to put any pressure on your knee joint like that. Your right knee points out to the side. Set your gaze. If you want to take it farther, reach your arms overhead. Spin your elbow creases to face the back of the room if they're up. Fix your shoulders. If you want to play a little bit more, look up or close your eyes. But wherever you are, press down into your standing legs, squeeze your left glute, and then from there, reach long through your side bodies and lift the center of your chest. So again, that space between your armpits and your hip bones is reaching long. If your hands are up, exhale and bring your hands to heart center. Release your right leg, give it a little lift out in front of you, and exhale, set it back down. Shake your hips out if you need to. Then stand back into your left leg, sweep your right leg out in front of you, and exhale, cross your ankle over your knee, send your hips back. So either forearms to thigh or fold over your leg, your standing leg, with fingertips on the ground or whatever you may be using for blocks. Let your head and neck relax. Squeeze your low belly. Forgot to mention on the other side, you can also play with bending and straightening your standing leg too. This might make the stretch a little bit different. So find something that feels good to you here. A big stretch in the outside of your right thigh. If you're folded over your leg, inhale, roll up for your half lift. Exhale, baby bend into your standing leg. Next inhale brings you up. Sweep your right leg out in front of you. Bring your hands to heart center. And then exhale, sweep your right leg behind you. Make your torso parallel to the ground. Your back leg parallel to the ground. You can keep a little bend in your standing leg. And then drop your right hip so that it's in line with your left and your knee points towards the floor. And then with as much control as possible, land on the toes of your back foot. Unlike me. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, palms together. Exhale, fold to the inside of your right leg, your left leg, and start to toe heel your foot out to the side a little bit. So again, you can either keep your back knee lifted or come on down to it. And then if you've got the space, come down onto your forearms here on the inside of your thigh. And if you want to, rock from right to left, front to back. Come to the knife side edge of your foot, your front foot. Start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then toe heel your left foot over to the right. Come down onto the outside of your front leg. More parallel, your shin more parallel to the front of your mat will make it more intense. Less parallel, more accessible. Walk your hands back, lift the center of your chest, and exhale, fold over your front leg. Make sure your back leg is straight out behind you. Start to walk your hands back towards your body. Bend into your back knee. Reach back and catch. Just catch your foot if you can, and then gently pull your heel in towards your glute. Release your foot. Press into your palms. Tuck your toes. Lift your back knee. Sweep your left leg up and back. You can make your circles again. Bend and straighten your knee. Flip your dog. Do whatever you need to after pigeon. Then find downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, let's jump through to a seat. And roll all the way back down onto your back. We're just going to take one long back bend here. So we'll hold for 10 breaths. So we'll start with modified bridge. If you want to move into full Urdhva Dhanurasana, if it's in your practice, I'll let you know when the halfway mark is. So go ahead, plant the soles of your feet on the floor. Move your, reach down with your fingertips. Feel the backs of your heels, and then move them away just a little bit. On your inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips up, and rock from side to side and get the upper parts of your arm bones underneath your shoulders. This will make a little shelf to help protect your neck and your upper spine. Interlace your hands behind your low back, press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your low belly. 2, 1, so that's the halfway mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower back down slowly. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. And then let's rock up and down the length of your spine. Come back up to a seat. Extend both legs out in front of you. Inhale, lift the center of your chest. Exhale, fold over your legs. You can bend your knees here so that your thighs and your chest touch will help release your low back a little bit more, and then take whatever bind you'd like. So wrapping your hands around the knife side edges of your feet, binding with your first toes, or your first two fingers and your big toe, or hands over the soles of your feet. Wherever you are, squeeze your low belly, let your head and neck relax. One more breath. And then inhale, hold whatever bind you have, and roll up for your half lift. Pull the center of your chest forward. Exhale, release your bind, and come back up, shoulders over hips. Let's go ahead and take Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet together. Knees point out to the side. Hold on to your feet with your hands and point your elbows behind you. Inhale, lift the center of your chest. Exhale, fold over your legs. Squeeze your low belly. Relax your head. Breathe into the back side of your body. So feel your back ribs really expand here. Inhale, roll back up to center. And then let's roll all the way back down onto your back. Bring your right knee into your chest, extend your left leg long, and then drop your knee over into your right armpit. Stay here for a breath. And then grab the knife side edge of your foot and pull your knee up towards, we're in half happy baby here, so hand is on the knife side edge of your foot. You're gently pulling your thigh to the outside of your torso here. Gently release. Let's swap legs here. So right leg extends out. Hug your left knee into your chest. Drop your knee over to your armpit. Squeeze it in. And then grab the knife side edge of your foot with your left hand. And try to bring your thigh on the outside of your torso here. Foot points up towards the ceiling. Forgot to mention that on the other side. And then stay here and bring your right leg back in. Grab the knife side edge of your foot. Both feet point up towards the sky. Thighs on the outside of your torso. Tuck your chin, lengthen out your neck, and then try to bring your tailbone back down onto the ground so that your whole length of your spine is flat on the floor. So if that means that your thighs move away from the outside of your torso a little bit, that's okay. And gently release both legs. Hug your right knee into your chest. give it a squeeze, drop it over to the left, right arm reaches long, gaze over to your right. Inhale back to center. Switch legs, right leg extends long out in front of you. Hug your left knee into your chest, give it a squeeze, drop it over to the right. Reach your left arm long, gaze over to your left. Inhale back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Squeeze everything in. Round up. Squeeze your eyeballs closed. And then exhale, let everything release. Reach your legs long away from your body. Let them reach mat distance or more apart. Let your arms reach out from the side of your body. Let go of the control of your breath. Let go of the control of your thoughts here. Shavasana. Start to bring your awareness back to your body, to your breath. Lengthen your inhales and exhales. Wiggle fingers and toes. Circle ankles and wrists. Reach your arms long overhead. Stretch from fingertips to toes. And then bring your knees into your chest for one last squeeze. Rock to your right or to your left. Come back up to a seat. If you set an intention before class, bring that back to mind. And bring hands to heart center. We'll close with 1 round of Om, 3 rounds of Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thanks for joining, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or comments.
Namaste.
Namaste. I had so much more planned.
Do you know if there's class tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I believe it's the same schedule.
Okay,
Yeah, as last Saturday.
okay. It's my
Yeah.
70th birthday. I'm going to start it out good by having yoga.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
That's a good way to start it.
That's what I thought. And then I'm playing golf,
Yeah.
so.
Nice.
Sounds like a good day.
Definitely.
And then I'm having a Zoom meeting with my family in the evening.
Great.
Yeah.
And I think it's supposed to be really nice outside tomorrow too, so a good day for golf.
Yeah, I'm in a different place. I'm in Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I don't know the weather then.
But it's really hot.
Probably warmer than here.
100,
Mm.
yeah.
Cool.
Very nice. Well, happy
Thanks,
early birthday.
guys.
Thank you, Suzanne. Bye.
Yeah. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Did you cut your own hair, Neva?
Sorry?
Did you cut? Your hair looks like it hasn't grown at all.
It has grown. It's just curly. I keep thinking I
Okay.
should chop it off, but then I am no good with with haircuts.
I thought you gave yourself like a haircut yourself because it's short, and I was like, man, she did a good job.
No, it's just curly.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
At least with curly hair, you probably couldn't tell as much if you like messed it up.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm capable of messing it up a lot, so it would still show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm
Well,
just
it's
gonna
pretty.
go out. Yeah, I can wait. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Suzanne.
you.
Bye. Have a good weekend, everybody.
You. Bye.
Mm.